Everything you need or need to know is in those envelopes. Do not open these envelopes until you have left the office.
Oh, hi, Peanut. I just want to talk about that torture report. Ooh, CIA tortured some folks. That's just a lot of propaganda. Okay, because we know 9/11 was an inside job, right? So what terrorist are we talking about? Who are we torturing? So that's a lot of bullshit. Maybe we tortured some random people for fun, but it had nothing to do with 9/11 or the war on terror. Okay, so that was bullshit. So it's propaganda. You know, if this was for real, would there be a Senate report? Would they be rushing to put this out over the airwaves and tell our supposed enemies that we're really not very nice? And make them even madder? That doesn't make any sense, does it? If this was for real, you wouldn't even hear about this. Okay? That right there should tell you this is a lot of bullshit. But it's propaganda. It just reinforces the idea that 9/11 was a real event, right? And there really were terrorists, you know. But there really wasn't. And the war on terror is bogus. Just another war on something, another fake war. War on drugs, fake. War on terror, fake. So that's propaganda for 9/11, right? 9/11's real. You can tell because we have this torture report. It's also propaganda in that it's reinforcing our belief in the two-party system. You know, oh, the Democrats are just doing this because they want to make the Republicans look bad, and so there's all that angle too. Everything they do always has that component to it, right? Because they don't want us going, what two parties are you talking about? You're all rich. That's the party I see. That's the two parties I see, rich and poor. Okay? Everybody in the Senate's rich. So that's a two-party. That's a real two-party system. They don't want you talking about that two-party system. So it's propping up their two-party pretend system. What was the other thing it's propping up? And the report is also propaganda in that it's adding to the propaganda of the ongoing terror threat, which is we know that's not true. Our government is the terror threat. But you know, there's still all the talk around this report is, oh, it's coming out and it's going to make the terrorists mad, and you know, so it's adding to normal people's fear, that there's going to be another terror attack because of this. So it just reinforces the idea that there really is terror out there happening. It could happen anytime. Ooh. But we know who the terrorists are. It's Senator Feinstein and Senator McCain and people out of sight behind the scenes we don't know. And virtually any banker. That's the terror threat right there. So a lot of hype. Are they going to throw a false flag in, and that false flag will look more real because we'll point to this report and say, well, we really did make them mad. Look, they flew another plane into another building or something, or whatever they do. Whatever they're going to pretend they're going to do. A lot of BS. We got to do away with the Senate, I say. It's just filled with rich people I like rich people because they got money and they might give me some, but they never do. They're never going to. But I still believe that if we had a real democracy, we wouldn't have a Senate. There wouldn't be two houses. You know, the House of Representatives it's kind of what it says. It's the House of Representatives. They represent people. Where the Senate represents states. I'm like, I don't give a shit about states. Fuck states. People is where the rubber meets the road. That's all we need. You know, my state doesn't need a vote. I vote. I'm part of my state. I vote. I say to my representative, you vote. So that's the state vote. That's all we need. We don't need the Senate. It's always been a backup. You know, if regular people get in the House of Congress and take it over somehow, amazingly, then they need a backup, and that's always been the Senate. Always sitting there waiting to water down anything good that comes out of the House. So, yeah, if we had a real democracy, we would do away with the Senate. We wouldn't have to hear about fake reports about fake terror and fake torture on fake terrorists. And we would also have more representatives than we currently have. It would just be the House. But either way, I don't even think we need the national government, but we're stuck with it until it rots and burns and falls over, and just have to lump it. Okay, so watch out for fake terrorists hiding in every cereal bowl. Good day.
A lot going on. But there always is, isn't there? A lot going on.